All right, all right. Um, dang, dude, what do I want to talk about today? I got a new mic, so we'll try this out. Oh, we'll try this out, see how it goes. Just on my way to the gym, you know, doing my thing. Um, but what is it? It's like Friday morning or Saturday morning for me, and I got up early. Well, I should just say what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about, you know, budgeting, saving, being smart with your money. And for me, I know this is like a bad mindset or whatever. Um, I've never been good with money, and so like you can't think that way. Like, oh, I'm never good with my money. I'm never good with my money. You know, and you can't reinforce that negative like mindset. So I got to be smarter with my money. Is the thing. I spend my money on stupid shit, and I kind of woke up this morning. And I'm like, yo, like, why do I have no savings? And I looked at I made you got to make like a spreadsheet. Google Sheets. It's free. You go on there, like like I get paid weekly. So, I put up all my bills, my truck payment, my insurance, cell phone, rent, all that. You put all your bills, and then, for the month, and then you put, how much you make that month, and then you pretty much just see what's left over. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm like, in the past 10 months, I've been making some good money. Like, I should have more money than I think. It feels like I'm getting freaking robbed, to be honest. Um, but uh, yeah, I was like, oh, like I should be saving like $3,000 a month. And then when I was like, oh, over the past, 10 months, I should have like 30 grand. Where's that 30 grand at? And it's like, well, I freaking DoorDash all the time. I freaking, buy bullshit on Amazon. I, like stop at 7-Eleven, buy like a monster like every day. Like that's like what, $3 to $5 a day, and that's what, 25 a week. That's 100 a month. And like, I don't know, like, it's like quick maths, that stuff adds up. And what else? Yeah, like fast food, DoorDash, stupid shit on Amazon. I got my problem is books. I just buy books. I just stack them up, and like I'll be reading them, but I need to read all the way through. I'll like start a book, and then I'll start another book, and then another one, and then I'll forget about that first one I started. Um, but yeah, you got to track your spending because shit pops up too. Like oil changes. I don't know if you get a flat on your flat tire or whatever. That's why you need a freaking emergency savings. You need like at least $1,000 emergency savings. And what is it? For freaking flat tires and shit like that. Or I don't know, the IRS hits you up, or I don't know, your insurance doesn't go through when you need like some meds from the doctor or something like that. But so yeah, like budgeting, like see where your money's going. Well, budgeting is like more like, you make that spreadsheet and then you see, okay, you can actually see like, oh shit, I'm spending a lot on gas. I'm spending a lot on groceries. Yo, where are we going? Everyone's like, I see that the light is green and we're not moving. Sorry. Freaking, that shit gets on my nerves. Like people are like asleep. um, at the stoplight. But yeah, so see where your money's going. You got to track your money. I think. Like I'm sure I'm gonna do this for June, or maybe I'll do it for May. I'll do it for May, and I'm gonna just see. I'm gonna go in my like transaction history, and I'll be like, oh, that's freaking DoorDash. That's I went out for breakfast. Like stupid shit. Like oh, like I bought some pre-workout. Like I don't even need pre-workout. You know. Oh, I spent like way more than I needed to at the grocery store, and stuff like that. Like when I go to the grocery store, like I should only be spending like $75. Like I don't go crazy at the grocery store. I eat like the same four things. Like I eat yogurt, eggs, chicken, and I'm gonna switch it up to sweet potatoes because freaking leftover rice is nasty, dude. Like I like rice when it's fresh, but if it's been in the fridge or whatever, it's freaking nasty. It's hard to eat. So yeah, track your spending. Like actually go through each transaction and like add it up. Like I'm gonna do that today. I'll be like, oh fuck, like spending way too much money on freaking DoorDash. It's like obviously, like don't do that shit. And then talked about having like a little like an emergency savings, right? Your first like $1,000, just in case something pops up. And then I think especially now, I think the economy is kind of, I don't know how the economy is going to be. My job in construction, like you kind of have to wait. Like if you're at a job, like it might last like a year, and then once the job finishes, you might have like a week, you might have like 2 to 3 weeks where you're not working before the next job pops up. So, I might start traveling or whatever too. So, traveling for work, chasing the money. But um, what I'm saying here is, you gotta have that. They say like 3 to 6 months of emergency savings. So that's you take that on your budget, all your bills and all that. That your total for your expenses, your bills, gas, food, right? You multiply that by 3 or 6. However, I'm gonna just do 3 months. You know, and the idea is you have enough savings to be out of work for 3 months. Like I don't know if you get hurt or something. Yeah, you'll go on like unemployment or whatever or disability, but that's like, dude, that ain't nothing compared to what you can make, at your job. But also, you gotta, when it comes to spending, right? Like I talked about my groceries, and like stupid shit on Amazon and DoorDash. Yeah, I can cut all that stuff out. But another thing was, like I've been traveling. I've been having to commute like an hour away for work, and I was having to fill up my truck like twice a week because it's pretty far. But you know, I I linked up with this guy, and he paused, and and freaking we're carpooling, and dude, that's saving me, instead of paying $250 a week, I'm probably only going to pay like $50 a week on gas because I pay him 60, and where we meet up to carpool, he drives. He'd rather drive. I'm like, okay, like I'll pay you cash. Like I don't want to, what is it called? Be a cheapskate or whatever. So I pay him like $60 for the whole week. I'm like, yo, like let me fill up your tank, at least once a week. You're doing all the driving. And he's like, all right, like that's cool. And anyways, uh, that's gonna save me $125 a week. I barely drive around my truck on the weekends, and where I meet him is like really close to my home, so like an exit or two away. The little freaking, what is it? Little park and rides or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, cutting your costs. Like I live with family too, so like for me, My rent is like super cheap. Like I pay rent with my family, but it's like rent where I live is like 2 to 3 grand, depending on how nice you want to live, and it's just ridiculous. And I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to spend, more than half of my income or half of my income right now. I'd rather, pay off my credit card, pay off my truck, because I have a big truck payment because my freaking credit's horrible. Because I'd max out my credit cards and then I wouldn't be able to pay them. And so, yeah, like all that's derogatory or whatever. I got freaking, what is it? Collection agencies trying to call me up. And, let's see. Um, so yeah, don't do that. Be smart with your credit. Don't max out your credit. It'll fuck up your credit score, and then you won't be able to get a good, like, I got rear-ended, and so my car was totaled, and I wanted to get a vehicle, but the car that was totaled was a beater already. I'm like, dude, I'm done with a beater. Like, let me just get something that I want to keep for like the rest, and then so I got a truck. But it's expensive, and my rate is crazy. So, you know, I got, those prepaid freaking, what is it? Prepaid, credit cards. And, that'll help out your credit. If your credit's bad, you have to like deposit $300. And then after like a few months, they'll be like, all right, like, we'll bump up your credit, and like I was using my credit card for like gas and my cell phone bill, and then I would just pay the cash on the same month. So I'm like building my credit, but I'm just paying it off like right away. And they say to keep your credit cards at like 25% of the limit, and that kind of looks good on your credit report. So yeah, credit's a whole thing. And then there's like, stocks and Bitcoin. I think I'm going to just start throwing any extra money I have into Bitcoin. Like I just started my 401k with my job or whatever, so I'll be putting money into that for my retirement because I'm kind of old. I'm an unk, I never, I never had like a good steady job until now. And with Bitcoin, it dipped recently. It was at like 100K, and now it's at like 60 or something, and that's a huge drop. But you gotta see that. You can buy it cheap now. Buy it cheap now, and then they say like Bitcoin's the future or whatever, so it's gonna go up. Gold, silver. Everybody always talks about that. I'm not into like day trading, or I don't know like stocks or anything like that. But definitely don't gamble. Don't do that crap. But yeah, like for me, like you gotta have money goals, and like my money goals right now are all right. Like let me lock in. Like I should be saving 3 grand. So that means like I'm saving like 700 a week or something. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, somewhere around there, or like 800 a week. And it's like, okay, let's put 800 into savings every week. Let's not do any goofy shit. And starts with your daily shit. Your daily shit is like, I'm not gonna stop by McDonald's. I'm not gonna get that energy drink. Let me not impulse buy on Amazon. And you just add those days up like that, and you're good. If you're at the grocery store, don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry, because I make that mistake and I end up buying, some bullshit. I buy like a big old pack of cherries and I eat the whole thing. But yeah, just got to the gym. It's leg day, leg day. Um, but yeah, hopefully this helps out somebody. You know, like all these videos are kind of for me to kind of get my thoughts out there, um, get my mind straight, and yeah. Um, you know, if you like the video, like it, like it. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. You know, I might like start making playlists or whatever, just on topics. But you know, there's other stuff I want to talk about. You know, there's like, you know, I like going to the gym. Um, you know, there's other stuff I like. I like movies. I like books. I like video games. Um, you know, there's the political crap. You know, the social, cultural crap. Girls. You know, that's always going to be popping up. Um, but yeah, yeah. If you made it this far, thanks for listening. You know, give a thumbs up or whatever. Leave a comment. You know, I'm not. I'm. You know, this isn't like what is it, financial advice or whatever. But I'm just putting my shit out there. I don't know if you got any recommendations. Let me know. What's up? Yeah, take it easy.